Tina, you are so famous, you are so successful. To me, you are the most admired raw chef in Hong Kong.
Wow. I thought you are.
Every time when I have visitors from abroad, I bring them to you. You remember?
Yes, I know. I'm very grateful for that. Thank you so much.
Well, I just want to ask you one simple question.
Yes.
And that is, what makes food tasty? Why are you successful in capturing our appetite?
Okay, so that question, you have a little bit of time, right? Because that question has two answers. So one can be very technical, because to make something very tasty, you have to have different layers. So this is what you said.
Different layers.
So you have to have something maybe sour, something sweet, something bitter, something spicy, something umami. And then when you try to reach the balance, then you can perfect that balance, then the people eating your food will have the experience. You have something really interesting happening in their mouth, or maybe capturing their memory. Something is going to happen. And then the other part, what makes something tasty, is the love, and is the intention. Is how much effort you put in what you cook. Is when you are sending out a message like, I'm making this food to make the people happy. So it's going into the food, and then when you try the food, you say, oh, okay, maybe a little bit more of this one, a little bit more of this one, until you reach like, okay, oh, that's it. This is where people have the tasty experience.
Well, Tina, actually, you surprised me. I didn't expect you to talk about non-material level.
I'm spiritual.
Okay, what do you mean by being spiritual?
Okay, everything is energy, so we know that. And then I believe there is many lives, and then I can feel a lot of things. I'm also an energy healer. So, and I also practice singing bowl.
Singing bowl?
Yes, so I learned how to do healings with singing bowl. So this is something very interesting. So, yeah, I don't know if you call this spiritual.
Okay, for your reference, our kitchen is different from most others in in being a meditative kitchen. We observe 3 rules. Number 1, if you are not happy, you are not supposed to be in.
Okay, I like that.
We remain quiet.
Yeah.
Number 3, we do some meditating before we start working.
Okay.
Every time. Do you do something like this in your place?
Because I'm the one to cook, so I just meditate myself. And for me, cooking is a kind of meditation as well, because I'm so much focused on one thing, on what I'm doing. So it's kind of meditation. And before I have an event like this, or I have any meal, I also put out the intention, like it's going to be fantastic. People are going to be happy. This is the energy I send out.
Wow.
So this is, so it's kind of similar.
I see.
But it's true, what you say, people cannot be unhappy in the kitchen, because I had the experience of people really unhappy, and when I taste their food, it's terrible. So I say, okay, please don't touch my food. I'm doing it.
What would you comment on the taste of the local community? Well, we in Hong Kong are different in our expectations in the taste of food.
I think Hong Kong is very experimental. I mean, you're really willing to try many things. Because, okay, raw food is kind of very niche, right? And then I remember from the beginning, I started my pop-up dinner. It was in 2017, 18. All my pop-up dinner everywhere is just raw food. And then people come. And it was full house. And now the trend has changed. So people just eating raw food is less than before. So my food is like now half cooked and half raw. But and I find it's not as easy as before. When I do raw food before, it's more easy. It's easy to prepare, and more people come say, why?
What's the difference between making raw food and cooked food to you?
Making raw food is more creative because you know what you want to do because you eat it before, but then you have to find a way of how to make it because there is no rule and nothing is telling you how to make it. Like today we had the ravioli. I come up with the recipe with the ravioli. It's not like I found it somewhere and I make it. Say, okay, I want to make the dough to make the ravioli, like in Italy. So I need to make the flat dough and then roll it and cut it and put the stuffing and then close it. How do I do that? So I have to think, say, okay, I have to be more creative. But of course, I would have to rely on my palate. So the sensory experience, like which stuffing I'm going to do, and then why I will use the figs, and then why I use the walnuts, and then I use some sage. So this is like a little bit of everything together. So I have the experience and I have the technicality that I have to find.
I see. Well, this is your time. Well,
okay.
We are so honored to have you here.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.